Hi Aries, welcome to your October 2018 General Tarot reading. My name is Raina. If I say it's Raina here, then people think they say it's always raining here. And that's not what was happening. It's actually quite sunny today, so. Okay. Major Arcana cards kind of predict, significant periods of time, significant change. In this month of October, we have one Major Arcana card, the Judgment card, but it is in the reversed position, so it's not functioning at an optimal level. So it's just kind of interesting to see this because it indicates that there might be something that is still in the works. The other thing that I notice is that there are 3 Pentacles cards and there's also 2 Kings cards. Kings can be your boss, so like somebody that is overseeing you. It can be your father and it can be your baby daddy. Or if you're the man, you're the baby daddy. Sorry. But it can be like the father of your child, or if you're a male, you're a father, or a father figure, father figure could definitely be it. Okay, let's start with this card because this is the foundation card. The 3 of Swords, it's kind of self-explanatory, isn't it? Like just getting ripped to shreds in the heart, which is like emotional, feeling like rejected, dejected by somebody's behavior. Sometimes this can be a threesome. I mean, not a threesome, 3 parties involved. What they call a lover's triangle, not a threesome. And the thing about this is that even with those pentacles, this could be a work situation. So it can be possible, like this card right here, this is the heart of the matter. You may be working 2 jobs. This can also be a job offer, especially if it's overseas, that you're kind of mulling over. And what this suggests is that there might be something going on where you felt let down or just rejected. Usually, if this is a work situation, I would think about being passed over for a promotion. That's the first thing that comes to mind. So you're passed over for a promotion and it feels pretty crappy, which is understandable. And it feels like you're being rejected. If it's a personal relationship, you may feel like you're waiting for somebody else to decide whether or not they're going to be with you. I can't imagine Aries people doing that, but I guess it's possible. It just seems that Aries is the one that likes to call the shots, and they don't want to wait for anybody to tell them, "Oh yeah, I decided to choose you." Aren't I great? I decided to choose you. And this is a card that was crossing the reading, the Judgment card. The Judgment card can be a situation where maybe, it's possible that, let's say you were with somebody who had been married and he left his partner for you and now he's cheating on you. It could be saying that karma is biting you in the butt, because it might be saying, how could you not think that this was going to come back to you? And now you know what it feels like. The Judgment card is connected to karma, you know, to sowing and reaping. And in the challenge position, it's coming back in a big way. Of course, sorry about the train, by the way. These things, I totally can't predict them because these are freight trains. The other thing about this type of situation is that it's a card of rebirth. So perhaps you will have a whole new lease on life when you let go of the situation, but for some reason you haven't done so. So you may be thinking about leaving a job and maybe even trying to line something up with the Two of Pentacles, or doing something else on the side to try to kind of ease out of this. The spiritual message is the King of Pentacles. This is a card of someone who is a business person, who may be a prominent business person in your community. Could be an older or more mature earth sign individual, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, who likes your work, who thinks that you're good, who may give you a job offer, or who you can go to. Maybe this person said, hey, if you ever decide to leave that company, give me a call. And so you're thinking about, hey, maybe I will take them up on it. But it's possible that something is preventing you from doing it. I don't know what. With the Judgment card, I'm trying to think of any other thing that could represent. Well, it's kind of like bad judgment, you know, in the challenge position, that has had something to do with this situation. So bad judgment on your part. I guess it could be on the other person's part, where they picked the wrong person for the wrong reasons, if it's a workplace situation. But maybe you got involved with somebody and it was a bad judgment call. The King of Pentacles is the kind of person who's very solid. So it could be a spiritual message that's saying you need somebody who is mature and solid in your life. And the problem with you is that you may be too interested in sensuality to really, you know, it might like affect your judgment. And you get involved in these relationships and then you're like, oh wow, what happened? And what's happening now is the Seven of Pentacles. You're assessing, you know, seeing if this is worth your while to remain here. You may have been at a company for several years or more and feeling like you deserved that raise because of your seniority, because of all the amount of time that you'd spent there. And, you know, that's not how they do things nowadays. There's no sense of obligation by the employer to honor somebody's service and longevity. And it does make for a less positive workplace, I think, because that sense of, I think there's kind of a sense of people being disposable that isn't really very nice. And this happens because of the bigger influence of in our society, and it gives these people the people that are running the show, it gives them the justification or the encouragement to do things like that. And so what I would say about this is you have the right to expect a certain level of treatment. And if you feel that you've been disrespected, especially if somebody just came into your company and they're seeming to just like take over and they're getting all the adoration and getting fast-tracked, and you just are like, what happened? This is yet another sign that you're not being respected. So if you have to wonder about that, yeah, the answer is yes. You're not being respected by these people. And rather than trying to figure out a way for them to care, I think the Two of Pentacles at the center of this reading is actually good. Because it's like, start finding other income streams. Start to feel around for other jobs. So that you're not just sitting there like the Seven of Pentacles, waiting. You know, is my ship coming in? Is my harvest coming in? What is coming in is the King of Cups, another king, another man. Now, the King of Pentacles, that could be for your work life. Maybe that's a person who you can call upon as a reference, or who may have a job for you. This king is more of a shoulder to cry on, but in a romantic sense. This person may be an emotionally mature Cancer, which is a soft spot for you, Scorpio or Pisces male. This person is somebody that maybe you're friends with, and you just have never thought of them in that way. Or this could be a counselor that you go to in order to get yourself sorted out. This could even be like a religious clergy figure that you trust, who is like a father to you, and you know that when you talk to this person, they're going to set your mind at ease, that they really care about your welfare and things of that nature. And the outcome is the Knight of Wands. This is a card I associate with your sign, but it's supposed to be Sagittarius. In any case, I think of that warrior energy. This is somebody who is happy-go-lucky, and it's like they are up for an adventure. And I think what this means in the grand scheme of things, some of you may be traveling long distances for pleasure or for some actual type of business venture. And that's what the Two of Pentacles can be, like a new job that's overseas. And so that might be, and I'm thinking, yeah, and in terms of Jupiter, Jupiter is going into Sagittarius November 8th. This will be in your 9th house, Aries. So this might be down the line, but during the Jupiter transit of almost 13 months, you have the opportunity to travel long distances, and you're actually lucky when you do so, because not only do you expand mentally and geographically, but you can expand your contacts. You may have contacts with people all over the world. You may, come across something that is totally lucky or happenstance that relates to a particular person that you run into, and it turns into a job, an international career. And nowadays, the way that we have these global jobs and global careers, global markets, any of these things is going to benefit you during the Sagittarius transit into Jupiter. So that is very exciting as well. And the Knight of Wands You know, even in your romantic life, this could be that you're just playing the field. You're not really interested in just settling down with somebody right now because you might have gotten out of a long-term marriage even. And you just want to have a little fun. And you don't want to have to answer to anyone, perhaps. So that would be very freeing. That wouldn't be bad. So this is actually very nice when you consider how you are changing your life, changing things up. Okay, Aries, that's what I have for you. If you'd like a personal reading, the link to my website is below. It's rainandmoonastrology.com. Take care, Aries. Bye.